Welcome back everyone to another episode of Shade TV. We are yet again going to go over one of my Yeezy pickups from the most recent drops. These are the Yeezy 950 boots in the Pirate Black colorway. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Today we're going to be discussing the Yeezy 950 boot, which this is the first time we're discussing this Yeezy silhouette on the channel. Super excited to have these in hand because these initially released back in 2015. People were going crazy mad over these. If you remember when opening ceremony had a store, they actually released these there. Barney's, when they were a store, they were giving out wristbands to be able to cop a pair of these. So these definitely back in the day were a struggle to get, but now we finally have seen them being re-released. It's been, God, almost a decade since we've seen this silhouette. So really excited that they decided to bring this back, especially as we are getting into the cooler temperatures here in New York. So we'll go through the overview of this Pirate Black colorway, then we'll talk about size and fit on these, followed by how I styled this black color scheme, and then we will conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. Let's jump right into it. So for those of you who live in areas like New York or just colder environments, boots are a necessity for survival, especially when it gets super cold, wet, rainy, and or if it blizzards outside or if it's a snowstorm outside, you are in need of a good pair of boots. So this definitely, when I saw images of these initially leaked, it reminded me of the duck shoes, which I've had so many pairs of, specifically like Sorels have been kind of in the past my go-to duck shoes. But this has been kind of more of a combination between the duck shoe and a combat boot, which I think the fusion between the two is amazing and is what truly makes up this Yeezy 950 silhouette. This also did previously release in different colorway options, but of course, as a New Yorker, you know that your boots are going to get destroyed and dirty because when the snow gets dirty, your footwear gets dirty as well. So I think by far the Pirate Black was the best colorway to ever release on the silhouette. As far as material goes, this definitely has some similar materials to the Yeezy 500 boot. If you haven't seen this video already, go back, check it out. But as you can see, the fit is completely different. This is much more of a bulkier boot in comparison to the 500, which is a bit more form-fitting and gives more of a combat boot look, more so than the duck boot feel. This again is just kind of the fusion between the duck boot and combat boot. I also did bring my Pirate Black 350s out just to kind of show you a comparison between that colorway, and I'm going to show you a similarity here in a second. But as far as the upper goes, we have similar materials that you see on the 500, which is that ballistic mesh, which you have on the tongue here, as well as the front of this premium suede. This is really actually high quality suede when you feel it to the touch. And then some rubber for the upper, which is pretty common on duck boots. And then as far as the laces go, we do have a pair of laces that are actually weather resistant, which is really cool again for environments like New York. You do get a secondary pair as well. So if those do get destroyed, you have another pair to swap in there, same exact colorway. As far as the side paneling goes, pretty basic and simple. Again, more of that ballistic material and then that rubber, which is underneath it. Then on the back, the pull tab here, this is where you're gonna see that similarity to the Pirate Black, which has that same exact look on the pull tab. Of course, it's a little bit different of a pull tab just because this is a boot and this is a completely different silhouette. So you don't really need a pull tab that long. The interior is actually really nice. I think that is a Trying to look all the way in there. We have a leather insole, and Adidas and Yeezy is actually embroidered in gold. So definitely a lot of premium materials that you are seeing on the interior. And you do have lots of different materials, even some smooth leather on the inside. And this is definitely something that's going to keep your foot at least dry. You are getting an additional pull tab here, and then more of that premium suede where the Yeezy logo hits the top of that tongue. Then the boot is completed with, again, a rubber midsole. So the same material that you're kind of seeing on this upper makes its way down to the midsole, and then you've got this really just thick, chunky lugged outsole. So this is definitely something that's going to break into, I feel like, the ice and snow, and definitely has a lot of grip to it. So I feel like you're definitely not going to slide around in these, and it also has some weight to it. The differences between this boot and this boot, this is so much heavier. My goodness, I feel like if you're in trouble, take this boot off and chuck it at somebody. This will be a nice little weapon for you because it's so heavy. So let's take a look at all those details and then move into size and fit. So as far as size and fit goes, I would highly recommend sizing up on this one, just because it is something I feel like I'm going to wear a thicker sock with, since this is not something I'm going to be wearing in the summertime or springtime, probably, just because it is so thick and chunky. This is definitely something that is meant for a bad snowy day outside, or a day where there's ice on the ground. All right, so now let's jump into styling. I love styling boots. I just think that in New York, it is something that is a staple piece that you have to have in your wardrobe. And of course, has to be in black, because as New Yorkers, you know, who are you if you don't own a black pair of boots? You might just not be from around here. So for the first look, I decided to wear just a simple white ribbed tank with some striped white and black wide leg pants in that pinstripe look. So pinstripes are really coming back into style. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of that on runways, and specifically on street fashion here in New York. Then for the second look, I decided to go all denim with some baggy denim pants. Again, baggy denim jeans are what's it right now. So definitely had to style these with some nice thick baggy pants with a matching zip up denim jacket. Then for the last and final look, I wore, of course, a Yeezy Gap hoodie, because that is a staple piece I wear in the wintertime, because it's my thickest hoodie that I own in a white tone. And then I wore some black cargo pants. Black and white color combinations right now are really trendy, so I love just bringing white and black color coordinating patterns and intermixing them together to really make a great look.
While they're sleeping on you, and you'll be like a pantomime. You'll act it out.
All right, so as far as the price point goes, this was a whopping $600. Oh my freaking God. Spent $600 on a boot. Crazy. If you're not somebody who wants to splurge on the $600 950 silhouette, there is this option, which is about half the price point that you're going to spend. Of course, they look different, but this is definitely one of the most expensive Yeezys that you will have the opportunity to purchase. As far as the retail price point goes, these are actually going below that retail price of $600, almost around $100 below. So you might actually be able to get these for a bit of a deal if you weren't able to cop these on the initial re-release. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. Congrats to any of you who took W's on this chunky boot. And good luck to everyone on the next Yeezys that will release. That is it for this unboxing and review. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you all on the next episode.